While everyone was sleeping, SpaceX just pulled off the impossible. 2 launches, 2 coasts, hours apart. But the real news isn't the Falcon 9. It's the massive update for Starship Flight 7 that just leaked. Did you catch what SpaceX did on December 2nd? It was absolutely wild and a game-changer for the entire space industry. They pulled off something called a double-header, launching 2 separate Falcon 9 rockets on the same day. But here's the really cool part. They weren't from the same place. One rocket blasted off from Vandenberg Space Force Base in California, and the other soared into the sky from Cape Canaveral in Florida. That's right, 2 launches from opposite coasts of the United States, separated by just a few hours. This capability is something no one else in the world can do right now. Not other companies, and not even other countries. While others might launch rockets frequently, managing to complex launch campaigns in parallel, from 2 different launch sites separated by thousands of miles, is a whole new level of mastery. It's a testament to their reusable rocket technology. Both of the first stage boosters from these launches successfully landed, one on a drone ship in the Pacific, and the other back on land in Florida, ready to be refurbished and fly again. This airline-like approach is what's truly revolutionizing access to space. It means more satellites can get to orbit faster, scientific missions don't have to wait in long queues, and the dream of a multiplanetary future gets a tiny bit closer. What SpaceX showed us on December 2nd wasn't just 2 rockets launching, it was a glimpse into the future of spaceflight, where launching a rocket becomes as routine as catching a flight. It's a huge step forward, and it's happening right now. Alright space fans, you've been asking, and we finally have some huge news coming straight from Starbase. Mark your calendars, because the 7th flight of Starship is right around the corner, and it's looking bigger and bolder than ever before. SpaceX is currently targeting mid-January 2025 for the next launch, with a window between January 13th and the 16th, of course. These dates depend on getting that all-important launch license, but the hardware is getting ready, and the teams are gearing up. So, what makes Flight 7 so special? Well, this isn't just another test flight. This is the debut of the Block 2 Starship. What does that mean? It's a completely upgraded version of the ship we've come to know and love. It's been redesigned to be significantly lighter, yet stronger and more robust. This is the version of Starship that's really built for the long-haul 4 missions to the Moon, Mars, and beyond. Every flight so far has been building up to this moment, iterating and improving, and Block 2 is the culmination of all that incredible work. And there's another major first for this flight. We're finally going to see the payload door in action. This is the first Starship equipped with a functioning payload bay door, similar to the one on the old space shuttle. During the flight, once Starship reaches space, they will test opening and closing this door. Why is this a big deal? Because it's a critical step for deploying Starlink satellites, and eventually, for missions like the Human Landing System for NASA's Artemis program. It proves the ship part of Starship can actually do its job in space. So, to recap, mid-January target date. The first flight of the lighter and stronger Block 2 Starship. Another daring attempt to catch the booster with Mechazilla, and the first ever test of the payload bay door in the vacuum of space. Flight 7 is shaping up to be one of the most exciting and important missions in Starship's history. We'll be covering it all right here, so make sure you're subscribed with notifications on. You won't want to miss a single second of this historic event. Huge news for SpaceX and Starship fans. The U.S. Air Force just gave the green light for SpaceX to build a brand new Starship launch site right at Cape Canaveral in Florida. That's right, they've officially approved Space Launch Complex 37, or SLC-37, for Starship operations. This is a massive development that signals a major shift in SpaceX's strategy. For years, we've associated Starship exclusively with Starbase in Boca Chica, Texas. It's been the heart of development, testing, and those incredible flight tests. But now, Starship is officially coming to the Space Coast. This isn't just about adding another launch pad. It's about dramatically ramping up the launch cadence. Florida's well-established infrastructure and decades of launch history make it the perfect place for high-frequency operations. So what does this mean for the future? Well, think about the geography. Starbase, Texas, is relatively isolated. Getting components there, managing logistics, it all has its challenges. Cape Canaveral, on the other hand, is the world's premier spaceport. It's surrounded by aerospace infrastructure and a highly skilled workforce. By building a launch site here, SpaceX is positioning Starship to become the workhorse rocket they've always envisioned. SLC-37 itself has a rich history. It was originally used for the Saturn I and IB rockets during the Apollo era. Later it was home to the Delta IV rocket. Now, this historic site is being reborn to support the most powerful rocket ever built. It's a beautiful continuation of America's space legacy. The plan is to build a launch tower, a landing pad, and all the necessary support facilities. This dual-coast strategy, with both Texas and Florida active, gives SpaceX incredible flexibility. If one site has bad weather or is down for maintenance, the other can pick up the slack, ensuring a steady stream of launches. This move to Florida isn't just a backup plan, it's a declaration of intent. SpaceX is getting serious about operationalizing Starship for missions like deploying Starlink satellites, lunar landings for the Artemis program, and eventually, trips to Mars. Having a launch site on the East Coast is critical for achieving the rapid, reusable launch rate needed for these ambitious goals. It's an incredibly exciting time. The skyline of Cape Canaveral is about to change forever with the addition of a Starship launch tower. We're on the cusp of seeing Starships launch from Florida, bringing us one giant leap closer to a multiplanetary future. And that wraps up our deep dive into the future of space exploration. It's been an incredible journey looking at the technology and the brave people making it all happen. But the story is far from over. In fact, the most exciting chapter is just beginning. 2026 is the year we go to Mars. Can you believe it? We are on the cusp of witnessing humanity's next giant leap. Are you watching Flight 7 live? You won't want to miss a single second of this historic event. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the stream. We'll be covering it all right here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.